This person is not going through what they are going through by coincidence. They are going through it because they fumbled you. Psalms 105 verse 15 says, "Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm." Because when God places someone in your life, it is never random. It is assignment, not convenience, not coincidence. Assignment. This is where the danger begins, because what God calls assignment, the enemy tries to disguise as ordinary. He blinds people to recognition. He dulls discernment. He makes something sacred look replaceable. So people start treating divine placement like it is optional. They reject it, they betray it, they push it out, not realizing something terrifying in the spirit. They are not just pushing out a person, they are pushing out their own favor. And then they wonder why everything starts breaking after you leave. Hear this clearly. They didn't lose a person. They lost a caring presence. A presence God placed there to hold weight they could not see. A presence that carried grace into environments that didn't recognize it. And when that presence leaves, the environment starts revealing what it truly is. It is not always loud when God removes something. Sometimes it becomes quiet. And that quiet is not peace. It is revelation. It is the sound of what was being held together by grace, finally standing on its own condition. The enemy does not fight empty vessels. He fights assignments. He fights what is about to become, because he understands something the natural eye misses. That assignment carries timing. And if he cannot stop what God has planned, he will try to misplace who it flows through. So he targets perception. He targets and attacks recognition. He works through misunderstanding. He makes people interpret favor as familiarity and destiny as inconvenience. And once assignment is misread, it is easily mishandled. And once it is mishandled, it is often released too soon. And that is where the weight of revelation hits later. Because what looked replaceable was actually irreplaceable in function. What looked ordinary was actually carrying structure. And what looked like just a person in your life was actually a God-appointed presence stabilizing something they never understood. So the lesson is this: be careful how you treat what God sends, because heaven does not always announce value in ways pride understands. Sometimes it comes quietly, sometimes it comes simply, sometimes it comes in a form that can be easily dismissed by carelessness. Amen. But the consequence of dismissal is never quiet. And that is why after certain people leave, everything begins to speak. Because the covering is gone, the alignment is gone, the stabilizing presence is gone, and what remains is truth. And truth always reveals what was really being carried. So understand this deeply. They didn't just lose a connection, they lost what God was doing through that connection. And the hardest realization is not loss itself, it is understanding too late that what was in their hands was not common. It was assignment. Amen.